undercover cop. Driving a Subaru. That dude's driving a WRX and he has lights in the scoop. What the fuck? Alright, so as part of Veterans Day, I wanted to go ahead and shed some light, quote unquote. I don't really know if it's light shedding, but everybody always hears, you know, like if you call an enlisted guy sir in the street or whatever, you know, you're just being nice, and you hear that joke, well, I'm not a sir, I work for a living, that kind of shit. I'm starting to see more and more, as I'm actually now part of the military, where that comes from and why we are the way we are with that. And honestly, it could be boiled down to I should do that to all my videos. Here's the TLDR. Too long, didn't read, or didn't watch, whatever the fuck. It comes down to, it takes a chief in E7 years, usually like 10, 12 years, to get to that rank. To become an E7, it takes that long. And once you are an E7, you are an E7. Like, you can't just be demoted on somebody's whim. They say it has to be an act of Congress. I don't believe that, but you know, once you get there, you know, it's a lot of respect. And officers, if you enlist as an officer, if you are, or commissioned I should say, an ensign, which is the lowest officer in the Navy, you are immediately higher rank than everybody. Everybody who was enlisted, you are now higher rank than. Is that guy just not paying attention? How the fuck did you end up out there? Fucking moron. Oh, look at that, more traffic. And, so yeah, you have this guy that's been in the Navy for, you know, 11, 12 years, and this other dude has been in the Navy for 2 days, and the guy that's been in for 12 years, nothing he says can affect that guy, that officer. He's got a little bit of pull, a little bit of leeway and this and that, but he's still going to be calling that guy sir. And if that guy gives him an order, like let's say that chief was talking, and that ensign was like, shut up, you know, I don't want to hear you talk, shut up, stop talking, some shit like that. Man, nobody waves out here, man. Fuck this place. if he tells him to shut up and stop talking, you know, yes sir, he'll shut the fuck up. And he's a chief, so he's not gonna talk back like I would, or like a petty officer would. You know, we would have that one more quip that we would give. Chiefs are straight to the point. They're no shit. So if they get told something, it's like, oh, okay, yes sir. And that's where a lot of it comes from. Like, you could call it animosity, but even on ships, and well, in my case, the boats, like the way my chain of command goes, it's me, and then it's whoever's qualified above me, and then it goes to our supervisor, the sonar supervisor in this case. And if chief's there, then it goes to the sonar chief. And then above the sonar chief is, if we're underway, it's going to be like the officer of the deck, or the junior officer of the deck, or anything like that. And he's going to have, the chief is going to have more overall experience and time in, more than likely, than the junior officer of the deck. So you could be doing your job, you know, for 30 years. Let's do the extreme, like a master chief. You could be like a 30-year guy. And this dude that's been in for 2 weeks could think he's smarter than you, and you got to do what he says. And that's like where it all comes from. And I know I said that was supposed to be like the TLDR of it, but you know, that's where it comes from, is that you have to listen to them. That's why everybody says that they don't work for what they have. Now, I'm not gonna 303 South. Where does that go? You know what? We're gonna find out. We're gonna learn today. We're gonna learn today where 303 South goes. But that's where it all comes from, and you see it in other ways. Like if the LPO or the sonar supervisor wants to do you know, I can't give you any, I'm not going to give any specifics because I don't know how much of that I can actually say. So if, let's say you're driving with your friend and the front seat passenger is, not even the front seat passenger, the driver is the sonar supervisor. So, you know, you would assume he's seeing everything, he's hearing everything, he knows everything about what's immediately in front of you. Like sonar, we see and know, you know, pretty much everything that's going on around us. And the guy in the front passenger seat tells him to turn left because he doesn't see the car that's there. But the sonar supervisor sees the car that's there, and he wants to go right. But because of the position, he can, you know, he's not going to do it. I'm not going to say we're that stupid, we're not fucking lemmings. But, he could, you know, very well turn left and hit that car because he has to listen to him. It's that kind of a thing. And it never really reaches that point. I mean, obviously, when we go back and forth between enlisted and officers, you know, you have to give explanations and reasons for stuff. So like, I want to turn left because of this, and you know, then you know, you do recommend and stuff like that. There's proper ways to argue if you feel like arguing. And that's really where all that actually comes from. It's just the experience part of it comes into play. So it's usually, you won't hear anything like that unless it's from somebody who's been in a while, and they're usually referring to like they're usually referring to junior officers and stuff like that when they say that. And that is just where that little nonsense comes from.